Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day. So a few weeks ago, I said that I was going to fund lobbying in the state of Colorado so that a right to repair bill for farmers would get passed. It looks like this bill has passed the House, and this morning it actually passed the Senate. That's right, this bill is ready to be signed by the governor into law. I am not kidding when I say that I am sick and tired of organizations that pretend they represent farmers, not caring about farmers. The Farm Bureau, as I say here, in my opinion, is the enemy of the American farmer. Of all the organizations that supported this bill, they were the only organization that claims to support farmers that was not in support of this bill. The Farm Bureau has said, and I quote, "Most farmers don't have or care to have the knowledge or the equipment to repair their own equipment. They think that farmers don't want to fix their own stuff, and hopefully this serves as an FU to all of them regarding this particular issue." Now, one of the best parts about this is this bill has no poison pills. In fact, this is one of the funniest things of them all, that is actually more pro-farmer than the original bill as it was proposed. That's right. This bill, as it is written right now, is actually more pro-farmer than it was 2 weeks ago. And it passed. And as I said, I put my money where my mouth was. I said I was going to hire a lobbyist to do this, and I did. I will eventually be releasing all of my business bank statements for the nonprofits so that you could see exactly how things are done. I do release an I-90, but admittedly, at the end of the day, it's just not as fun as being able to see bank statements. We did not want legislators being overrun by John Deere lobbyists and Equipment Dealers Association lobbyists, and the Farm Bureau clearly wasn't going to do anything about this because, according to the agreement that they signed with John Deere, they are not going to help farmers push forward legislation that they voted in favor 176-1 seeing get passed. So if the Farm Bureau is not going to help farmers, I am. I put my money where my mouth is, and we got something done. What I'm asking at this point in time are two things. A, we take a moment to celebrate. Granted, I haven't gotten right to repair for myself, but the people that supply food got right to repair for themselves, which is a good thing because I like to eat. I don't know about you. And the second thing is I think this is time to do a little bit of introspection. The Farm Bureau got you nothing. We got you a bill that's actually stronger than the original one. So, at the end of the day, all I ask is that you knock on the door of your local Farm Bureau and go, "Hey, can you explain to me why we're not supporting this?" And try to get an answer. That's what I tried to do in this video over here. I called one of the lobbyists for the Farm Bureau and for 15 minutes tried to get an answer, and you can listen to that video. I got a lot of gobbledygook lobbyist bullshit, but I didn't get myself an answer. I don't want your money, I don't want your time, I don't want your respect, and I don't want the notoriety. All I'm asking of the farmers, knock on the door of your local Farm Bureau and ask them, why are you screwing us? Why are you not supporting the things that we support? Why do you claim that you're working in our favor when we vote 176-1 in favor of right to repair, and then having lobbyists work behind the scenes saying shit like farmers don't want to fix their own stuff and they don't even know how to? Because that's what's happening. Those types of phone calls, that one phone call that I recorded that I talked about, that video that I linked down below, that screenshot from that video, that's only one. That's the one that I know of. How many of those conversations are happening behind closed doors of organizations that you guys are giving money to? How many organizations have their hand in your pocket and will happily smile and shake your hand with one while taking your money and laughing with the other? It's disgusting, and I want to see a change. You guys make food for the entire country, and you deserve to have organizations that actually support you. When it comes to the everyday ins and outs, this is just not something that I'm going to be able to do on my own. I'm not a farmer. I'm not in those social circles. I'm not there in those meetings like Kevin Kenny is every day. And thank God for people like Kevin Kenny that are there every day that are able to tip us off to this type of corrupt garbage that's happening inside these systems so that we can talk about it. But I'm not a farmer. So I don't know how to. I can't even cook my own food. I'm a millennial that was born in New York City. I'm lucky that I know how to exist. But in all seriousness, this is not something that I'm going to be able to do in the same way that farmers like Kevin Kenny can, because they actually are members of these organizations. They're farmers. They're there every day. They understand what's going on. They're there to see the things that we're not able to see, and they're able to start helping to reform their own organizations. There's a lot of reform that needs to happen within the organizations that claim to support farmers. Take a look at the organizations that express support for this bill and farmers and the ones that didn't, and take note of those those organizations that did express support and take note of the organizations that didn't and try to figure out why. Rooting out the corruption in these organizations, rooting out the people that smile and wink and nod at you while simultaneously working against your interests behind your back is going to be necessary into the future the next time something like this comes up. Try and figure out why it is that the organizations that claim they support you are not supporting you. Don't listen to what they say. Look at what they do and look at how they spend their money, because that will show you, that will demonstrate whether or not they actually supported you all along. I mean it when I say that I want to see more people supporting farmers than a weird New York City computer repairman in a suspiciously light blue polo shirt. If I'm being honest here, the one thing that I miss about living in New York City and the culture there is when somebody dislikes you, when somebody wants to see you fail, when somebody enjoys seeing you struggle, when somebody wants to destroy you, they make it obvious. You can tell because they'll tell you, hey, I disagree with you. Here's how I'm going to sabotage you so that you fail. Here's how I'm going to ensure that you don't meet your goals. They let you know in no uncertain terms that they want to see you fail for their benefit. Here, I don't know what it is with like these organizations that I see in the Midwest and in the South. And again, nothing against the culture being nice, but you will have people that will just talk to you on the phone for 11 minutes and smile the entire way as they lie about all the ways in which they're screwing you. They'll pretend they're on your side when they're not. They'll smile, they'll shake your hand, they'll give you a howdy and all this other stuff when they hate you and they want nothing more than to see you fail so that they can profit from it. One of the things that I appreciate about New York City culture is when somebody hates me and wants to see me fail and thinks that I suck, I know about it. There's no ambiguity. They make it very clear in terms that will get you demonetized on YouTube exactly what they think of you. And I think there needs to be just a little bit more of that within these organizations. Air out the dirty laundry. Let the honesty out so that we know who supports the farmers and who doesn't. Thank you very much to everybody who helped get this passed. Thank you to Diana from Proto Strategies. Thank you to Nathan Proctor and Kevin O'Reilly from US Perg. And thank you to everybody in the Colorado State Legislature, but most importantly, the viewers who got this issue on the map for farmers and relentlessly contacted their House representatives and Senate representatives after watching these videos to ensure that this bill had a chance of not dying. The last thing that has to get done here, the last thing, is for the governor of Colorado to not pull a Kathy Hochul and destroy the bill before he signs it. But since the governor of Colorado, unlike the governor of New York State, actually has a history of doing this in the past, they signed a wheelchair right to repair bill without butchering it, I'm fairly confident that the governor of Colorado will not pull a Kathy Hochul and butcher the bill in the 25th hour. But we'll see. Thank you very much, everybody, for making this possible. It is really a great achievement, and I'm really happy, humbled, and honored for all the farmers who are going to be able to fix their own tractors without having to have a dealer technician come by, plug their stupid computer into the tractor, and tell them, hey, I know you fixed it yourself, just I've now given you permission to go back to using it. Because that was bullshit. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.